What if your Bitcoin miners knew exactly when the sun could power them and when to take a break without you touching a switch? Today I'll show you the code that makes my off-grid S19 farm completely autonomous. Hey DIY solar farmers, it's Ed from DIY Solar Farming. Behind me, 12 kilowatts of ground mount PV. And in the shed here, it's going to get a little loud. We've got an 11.4 kilowatt inverter. This is a Solis S6, 11.4 kilowatt inverter. And we've got a 24 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf battery with the controller. And that all feeds through this breaker panel. That feeds this is all just a temporary setup, but it feeds these three Antminer S19s. The catch is, how do you prevent these machines from totally trashing your battery? Let's say when the sun goes behind a cloud, or in the evening when the sun goes down. The fix is about a 250 line Python script that watches the battery state of charge. That's done through Home Assistant, and it tells each miner when to chill and when to hash. I put the full source for this on the DIY Solar Farmer GitHub. Just check down below in the description for the link. This system's off-grid. The inverter charges the battery and powers a 240 volt sub-panel, and that sub-panel feeds the miners. The Solis inverter sends all the data to Home Assistant, including battery state of charge. The program does a loop every 30 seconds. It fetches the battery state of charge, then for each miner decides stop and start based on thresholds that you set in miners.json. Authentication only happens once per session. If the token expires mid-run, the script retries automatically. To detect whether a rig is hashing, it checks both the miner state flags and real-time hash rate fields. Alright, let's take a look at the miners.json file. You can see here I've got three miners loaded up. There's the first one's on 192.168.88.20. I've got one on 21 and one on 22. All three of these are S19s. There's two S19Js and a one S19I on 21. All we need to do here is put the IP address in of the miner, the password, and then your stop and resume state of charge levels. So the first one I've got, it stops at 82% state of charge, and it resumes at 85% state of charge. These can be changed to whatever works for you. That's how easy it is to set a miner up on this. Alright, let's see what happens when we start the program. The line you see at the bottom there is calling up the program. The IP address is the IP address for Home Assistant, and it's looking for sensor data from the Solis. So then the line below that says loaded three miners. Those are the three miners in the JSON file, and then it pulls up the battery state of charge. That's at 85% at that time. Alright, let's let this run out and see what happens here. I've got everything sped up times 10. I think I'll just do some screenshots throughout the day and see what happens so that we don't get too bored here.
Sun hitting silicon, sparks in my mind. 10 megawatts humming, cash in the line, one block, just one block at a time. Whoa, woke with the dawn in the desert of wire. Photons for fuel rigs running on fire. Hash rate rising, copper veins glow. Off-grid hustle where the bright watts flow. Batteries stacked like a preacher's choir. Lithium prayers feed an endless desire. I lace up my boots, watch the trackers align. Sun to DC, DC to gold tick. I'm gonna mine one block at a time. Spinning up the hashes on a sunlit line.
All right, well, it's almost 5 o'clock here. I think I'm going to stop the video here. Going to let it keep running, though, see how far into the night we get. This is the real first full day run I've done with the new software. Anyways, if you found this helpful, sure would appreciate a star on the GitHub repo. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, I appreciate you.